Let me see. Can they see you? They can see us now. What's up, everybody? We in my backyard chilling. So we having a conversation about hitting kids and not hitting kids. So we're gonna this dialogue. We feel like I want to have a survey to see how many people agree with my husband P and how many people agree with me. So P, you go ahead and tell people what you think about that.
I think that, and I don't think that kids should be abused, but I think that children should be disciplined, and if that means them getting popped on the butt or getting
You
some
said beat.
physical abuse, not abuse, but just beat in general, I think that it's necessary to assert authority with these kids. Some kids they don't know how to deal with I believe in giving them you give them a chance. Like the first time you mention something to them, all right, you give them a chance to actually address the situation, move forward, and don't do it again. But if it's a constant pattern of, all right, we're gonna keep doing the same thing, and they're not getting reprimanded or they're not getting any type of things, then they're just gonna keep doing the same thing. So I believe that in some aspects, I think that I don't think that it's imperative to abuse a child, but whoopings are necessary. That's my take on it. I'm not talking about like beating them down like grown people, but I do think that children need to get whoopings. I think that is necessary in some at some capacity. I don't think that abuse. I'm not for child abuse and abusing children because as a young child, I went through that, and I don't think that that's necessary to get your point across. And I don't think you should beat children like grown adults. But I do believe that you need to. Some children need to get beat. And that's just period.
So I personally don't believe in hitting kids, and we've been married for 15 years. We've been together for 18 years. We're gonna be married. Married 16 years coming up this year. We don't have children, but we don't agree on the way a child should be disciplined. I personally think that you should not hit a child. I don't care what the reason is. That I believe that you can discipline a child in other ways as far as like getting your point across or trying to teach them or educate them about what they did wrong. I don't believe that you have to hit them. I do believe that you can get on a level face to face, talk to them, explain them. You can even put them on punishment. You can reprimand them in other ways, but you do not have to put your hands on them. I think that all children as they growing up, 1, 2, 3, even to young teenagers, 13, 14, 15, 16, they all still learning. They're learning. They're not adults. So in the learning process, they're gonna do things that we might consider bad, but actually it's a growing process. It's not really bad, it's just a growing process. In order for them to learn how to do better, they have to be taught how to do better, and you don't have to hit a kid to teach them how to do better. I do believe that discipline in other ways is more responsible as an adult than to put your hands on a child. Of course, I got my ass whipped when I was a kid, and I didn't like it. And at some point my mother said, like, beating her, hitting her does not work. We have to learn how to discipline her other ways. And I believe that all children, I don't care, as long as they're able to understand, they're able to understand punishment, they're able to understand their behavior, what they do, they also able to understand how to correct that behavior. So we have different opinions, and I don't believe in hitting children, and whether it's even for a little spanking or an ass whipping or whatever it may be, I don't believe in hitting children. So this is a debate that we had during dinner. We have in the backyard. We just chilling. He's smoking his cigarette or whatever,
You know, say
and we just
that.
talking. I know I didn't have to say it, but
uh,
it doesn't matter. Cigarette is legal. It ain't like illegal substance or nothing like
it
that.
don't
But
matter. But anyways, like I was saying,
we
you
just
blocking
have
me.
different opinions on the subject matter.
I believe that children sometimes you gotta beat them to teach them to be better individuals, and sometimes some people that's all they learn is, they learn that okay,
I
well,
disagree.
you might disagree, but I think that it's a learning curve. You know what? When you hit a person and they know that you're doing something wrong, now they know that they did something wrong. And Some
But you
people
don't have to hit them to teach them
listen,
that they're doing something wrong.
listen, listen. Some of these kids is out of line. I think that nowadays adults got soft, and now they letting these little kids run their lives, and you see it all the time. You see these little white kids partying. I don't have nothing against white people, but when you see some of these white kids out here, they be acting a fool with their parents, and they be dragging on the floor. They don't know how to act. You know what? You take that little child in the bathroom, and you get them, you set them straight. Whether if you gotta yoke them up or you gotta assert yourself so that they know who's in control. Sometimes these kids are out of control. You
But
gotta
can
get
I
them in
say
control.
something? You don't have to assert yourself in a way where you being physical. You can assert yourself and be strong about who you are, being a parent and an adult in the situation without being physical. All kids learn differently, but all kids also learn from simple, experience and life experiences. Life experience don't have to be putting your hands on them. They can learn other ways, and that's what I'm saying. Like,
What I am saying is that you know what? It needs to be a line drawn where, okay, well, I'm the adult and you're the child, and you stay in the child's place, and I'm gonna stay in an adult's place, and that is it. You know what? When the line gets blurred and the child think that they're adult, then they need to get their little butts taken care of, and that's what I agree on. I don't care what nobody thinks. You know what I mean? Period. If a child is out of line, they need to get corrected, and whether that correction be a beating or whether that correction be a yoking up. I believe in giving them passes. And I believe in, like, okay, well, like I said, you make it. People make mistakes. People, make bad decisions. You could talk through certain things, but then when the line gets blurred, and you know, um, a child doesn't know how to stay in a child's place, then they need to be corrected. Whether that be getting their butt beat, like I said, I don't believe in abuse and abusing them, but you know, beat that butt, or however you choose to discipline your child, but they need to be disciplined.
you see the the disagreement that we have here on that issue, and I kind of really want you guys to weigh in and let me know what you feel about that issue, as far as like lines being blurred between adult and child, and how you will handle that between your children, and whether you putting your hands on them or not putting your hands on them. I would like to know your opinion. Like I said, I personally don't believe in putting your hands on them. I believe a line could be drawn and be clear and definitive about who the parent is and the laws that you laying down, the rules that you're putting in place for your child without hitting them. But let me know what y'all think, YouTube. I'm really curious to know what y'all say. So this is the G.A.A.B Network. This is us live and direct. This is a normal thing, kind of conversations that we have. And if we had children, how would we raise them, things of that nature. So give us your opinion. Give us your opinion.
Yeah, I'm with the hands, putting them hands. I'm just playing. I'm not gonna be like karate chopping my kid in the mouth or like chopping them in the throat. But listen, lines need to be drawn. Children need to be children, and know that when you're dealing with adults, you need to have respect, and not just dealing with adults, but just dealing in life. Because in certain aspects, you're gonna have to deal with the real world, and consequences come when you're doing wrong. So
Let
that's
us
the
know.
reality situation. But yeah,
Let
please
us
let
know.
us know what you think. I'm all for putting hands on kids, but just not like
Don't do
abusing
it.
them. But
Don't do it. If your kid is out of line, and if they in adults business, do what our grandmothers did. Send them to the next room. Stay out of the adults business. If they getting out of hand at home, they acting up, they having a temper tantrum, grab onto them tight, hold on to them, letting them know they're not going to get released from this hug and this tight hold until they're able to calm down and compose themselves. Get down to their level, face to face, talk with them, reprimand them, put them on punishment, put them on timeout, whatever it is that you need to do as a parent without putting your hands on your child. You should try to enforce those rules throughout your lifetime and teach your kids how to be better, knowing that you're being better. And like I said, let us know. Just let us know let us know who you agree with, who you don't agree with, and all your comments is gonna be read, all your opinions are gonna be weighed. So
I'm per
thanks for that.
I'm pro
No
pluck your kids,
hands. No
karate
hands on
chop them
them.
in the neck,
No.
all of that stuff. So like,
No.
just get back to her, let her know
None of
what you
that.
think. I know the fellas is gonna be in my
I'm
my
right. I'm
court.
right. I'm right.
It's a lot of softies.
Kids are
Everybody's
kids. They
getting
learning.
soft
They
now.
don't.
They getting
You don't
so soft. You
learn
gotta like,
by
you gotta take care of
getting
these
hit.
kids.
That
Right?
just teach them something negative.
All right.
Give them a
Let
negative
us know what you
experience, and you
think.
learn by something positive.
Let
and
us know what
positive
you
experience.
think. Check out the Gab Network. Reach out to us. We'll respond to you.
Yep.
Good night.
Peace.